Today, we'll be showing you guys how to replace the rear forks on your Apollo Pro. For this repair, you'll need a rubber mallet, a 2.5mm Allen key, a 3mm Allen key, a punch, two 6mm Allen keys, a 4mm Allen key, and a 21mm wrench, and you should be good to go. So the first thing we're gonna do is loosen up the drum brake from the swing arm. First, we remove the adjustment screw all the way. Then we pull back the lever arm, and then the wire is now free. We'll remove the spring and just pull the cable like that through. Make sure to grab the holder piece from the lever, and in order not to lose anything, we'll just put back all the hardware onto the brake line. Just like that. Now we will remove the rubber caps that hide the motor nuts. And next, we will remove the screws that hold the fender in place. Now that we've got these 4 screws off, we'll remove the 4 other screws holding the bracket in place. So in order to access these screws, you will have to remove the little rubber caps that go over the holes. Same thing for the other side. Alright, now with all 4 screws removed, we can remove the fender and put it to the side. So next, we will remove the screw that holds the drum brake to the swing arm. This requires a 4mm Allen key. And next, we will loosen up the quick connector for the motor. So we'll just loosen this all the way. And once you see the little orange seal, that's how you know it's been unscrewed all the way. So now with a 21mm wrench, we will remove the motor nuts. Now with our motor nuts removed, we can shimmy the motor to us. Okay. If you're having any issues with getting the motor off of the swing arms, you can gently use an Allen key or something like that to give the motor a little bit of a nudge. Okay, and just like that, the motor is off. Now that you got the motor off, the inside washers will be free. Make sure to remove them and to remember to put them back once you are ready to put the motor back. And also the drum brake will now be free. You don't have to remove it off the shaft. You could just put it to the side with the motor. Next, we will remove the plate that is covering our motor cable in place. All right, and just like that, the plate comes off. And now we will loosen up the suspension completely using these 6 screws. To loosen these screws, it requires a 5mm Allen key. Now, with our 2 6mm Allen keys, we'll loosen up the shaft. If you find that it is extremely tight, we recommend applying some heat to the area using a heat gun or a hair dryer. That's the screw. And now we will punch out the shaft. Use a rubber mallet and a regular punch. All right, now we got the pin out. We'll remove our Allen key, and now the forks should just come right off. Now, when removing the forks, keep in mind exactly how the motor cable went, as it'll need to go back the same way. Make sure the scooter does not tip over on you as well. So now that we got the motor cable through and the forks are separated, you'll notice that there is a silver metal plate at the bottom here, like this. Just make sure that it stays there. So now that we've got this completed, we'll start the process of putting everything back together. So first, I'm gonna flip up this plate like this, and then I will run the cable through the hole just like that. And then I will let the metal plate drop. Next, we grab our rubber block and make sure we're putting it in the correct way as well. Pull any excess motor cable through. If you're having a hard time pulling it through, just remove the block again and reinstall it. Like that. And so for now, we will leave it just like this. Before we put our pin back, we are going to clean it and we are going to lubricate it. So to clean the shaft, we recommend using 99% alcohol. So for lubricating the pin, we like to use extreme pressure grease. And that's nice and lubed. We can start putting our pin back. We'll start putting back our forks, and you just want to make sure that your bearings here are flush with the forks. So we'll give our motor cable a little bit of pull so we get all the excess wire, and then we'll start aligning everything. We'll use an Allen key to hold our forks in place. And now we are going to use a clamp to hold everything in place. This will help align the holes and the bearings.
Okay, yeah, the first one, so maybe you're gonna start there, and Sal mentioned also that when to make sure to not damage a bearing because they're so easy with Allen key, people press.
All right. So just to be sure, when you have the Allen key inside of the holes, make sure not to put too much pressure on the bearings as they are fragile and they could be easily broken. So now with our first clamp, because we will be using two, we will place it more along here. And now we will grab our second clamp. We'll place it around here. And we recommend having a friend at this point to help you. So if your vice grip does not have any padding, we recommend putting something underneath of it to help prevent scratching. So now that we've got our holes aligned, we'll begin putting our pin. Just put the pin like this and we'll give it a smack. And to finish it up, you could just use an Allen key to push the rest of the pin through. So once you got the pin pushed through on this side, you're gonna wanna move the clamp over to the other side to align the other hole, as you won't be able to get the screw in. As you're tightening the clamp, make sure to keep an eye on the alignments of the holes. Do slight adjustments on the top and bottom of the clamp to get the angles correct. But once you've got it all aligned, you should be able to put your screw back and tighten everything up. All right, so now that we've got the holes aligned, we can put the screw back in place. Once you feel the threads catching, grab the second Allen key and put it on the other side, and this will get everything tightened. Alright, and now we'll remove the clamp now that everything is tight. We will put back our motor cable into its place. Just like that. And now we will put back the metal plate that covers it. Next, we'll tighten up the rubber block. A 5mm Allen key will tighten up these screws. As you can see, you can tighten them quite a bit, so feel free to play around with the adjustments on this to find exactly how you like it best. All right, that's that. Now we can start putting back our motor. All right, so before putting our motor back on its swing arms, make sure to put the inner washers back on the shafts, and make sure that your drum brake alignment hole is aligned with the swing arm hole. Everything should slide in quite easily. And first, we will put back the screw that holds the drum brake. All right, now we'll put back our motor nuts. All right, so next we will plug back in our motor's quick connector. Make sure to screw in the lock that holds the wires in place. And just like that, the motors are now reconnected. Next, we'll put back our fender. And now we just put our rubber covers back for the fender. And then we'll put the rubber caps for the motor nuts. And then we'll put back our brake line. Run it back through underneath here. Alright. So first, we put back our spring. Next, the placeholder piece for the lever. And then we'll put back the brake cable through the holder piece's hole. Make sure to adjust your brakes to your liking. Make sure not to over tighten them. And just like that, you have now successfully replaced the rear forks on your Apollo Pro.